Welcome back, everyone, to Horror with Heidi. I'm Heidi, and this is Silver Creek Falls, Chapter 3, Part 4. So we are in the Bolt Pharmaceutical Building. We have a long lineup of puzzles ahead of us, so we're going to power through this. We will start with, last time we did the one labeled as Athena. Now we're going to do Demeter. So this big portion of this video is going to be speed run through all the puzzles, and then hopefully we move on to something more interesting like hacking the computer like we initially tried to do. Alright, so let's begin. Harvesting protocols overridden. Excellent. Now we're on to Poseidon, I think was the next one? And then Zeus. Poseidon and Zeus, yes. Which is... that is Zeus? Yeah, you be Zeus first. I don't think it matters. Protocols overridden. Alright, next one. Alright, and Poseidon. So in real time, this has been 7 minutes, 45 seconds so far. Protocols overridden. Nice, that should be it. Nice, that should be it. Let's get back to that computer and download the file. Let's do that. I wonder if we're done in this building now after all this. Oh, it went the wrong way. See, they tried to trick us on this one. They started us on the top tier rather than the bottom. Alright, let's see if we can do this now. This text appears on the screen. Meet me at Lonely Pines Lake, Lakeside Resort, F. Bolt. So I guess we go to the Lakeside place. Lonely Pines Lakeside Resort. Lake Waccamaw, Columbus County, North Carolina. I wonder if that's far from where they just came from. Ooh. Welcome to the Lonely Pines Lakeside Resort. How may I be of assistance to you? We're here to see Franklin Bolt. Oh, wonderful. Mr. Bolt has been expecting you. He's in the cigar room with the door on the left. The door on the left will lead you there. Is that a good butler voice? He said left, right? Oh dang, what's gonna happen? Oh, I don't have a voice for this guy. Oh, Detective Fitzgerald. Colonel Davis. You were right on time. Right on time? Were you expecting us? Of course, actually, I was expecting you a lot sooner, but oh well. Do you know what we're here for? Do you know what we're here for? Yes, you're here to interrogate me, then arrest me. I'm sorry if he sounds exactly like Agent Valdez. I don't have a real big arsenal of voices. I just kind of make it up. Wait, how do you know that? Detective Colonel, please have a seat. I'll explain everything. This is highly irregular. Lee? He's unarmed and doesn't seem to be trying to escape. Escape? Why would I? It's been so much effort getting you here. Getting us here? Yes, I had to leave quite a trail of breadcrumbs just so you would investigate the matter and see everything for what it is. And eventually make your way to me. Oh, is he trying to bring this operation down? I know from what it looks like that I'm a big bad villain of this story, but perhaps you could listen for a while and you may realize it's not at all black and white. Villains rarely start as villains, Miss Fitzgerald. More often than not, they start out thinking what they do. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that accent. Is something improving? They start out thinking something that they're doing is somehow improving the world. Then along the way, bad decisions are made with the best of intentions, but often with the worst logic behind them. I realized one day that I was no longer the hero of the story. I realized that what was being done wasn't improving the world. Get to the point, Bolt. You see, it all started in the early 2000s. At the time, I was a young investment banker in Wall Street, making my first millions, and my younger brother and I had just finished college. I insisted he join me in New York. I wanted to take him under my wing and teach him how to make money. Initially, he seemed interested, and then the Twin Towers were destroyed in 9/11, and all my brother could talk about was joining up and bringing war to them. He joined the U.S. Army and was commissioned as lieutenant. When the U.S. declared war on Iraq, my brother's unit was one of the first to go into action, the 3rd Ranger Battalion. Wait, that's my unit. Bolt. Is it all coming back to you, Colonel Davis? Your brother was Lieutenant Logan Bolt. So you know how the story goes, then. Yes, it was 2004, right after Iraqi insurgents killed those contractors in Fallujah. Lieutenant Bolt was second in command of a small platoon on a recon mission. His unit was spotted and ambushed, but they fought hard and were able to break through the ambush and escape through a narrow back street. Once the surviving platoon members made it in the back street, Lieutenant Bolt noticed that the insurgents were hot on their trail. He stayed back and took advantage of the bottleneck in the street to hold off the insurgents. He successfully brought enough time for his platoon to escape, but he paid the ultimate price. Your brother was a true hero. I'm sorry I couldn't make the funeral. I know you were the one that signed his letter of condolence. Anyway, as you can imagine, the news devastated me. Here I was a successful businessman in the toughest city in the world, making it big, and I thought I was untouchable. Then this happened and it destroyed me. I flew into Wichita Falls to pick up my brother's body, and whom do I meet there? A young biochemist by the name of Lars Conway, whose brother served in the same unit as mine, and also shared the same tragic fate. He spoke bitterly about how the U.S. government was choosing not to invest in his research, and how if he had had things his way, his tragedy wouldn't have happened. Conway was of the belief that his research in biochemistry could lead to a genetically enhanced super soldiers that could survive the bulk of the infantry for more grueling missions. He believed that the government was all too happy to sacrifice lives of its young soldiers to serve their own needs. Oh, he's making super soldiers, that's... Oh, I guess that makes sense, considering the army, the military had involvement in the project we found out a while ago. Swayed by the tragedy of my brother's passing, and by the fire in Conway's eyes, I was convinced to set up our own private corporation that would research a way to make these super soldiers, so that no one else would have to know of the grief that we know. We created a pharmaceutical corporation, and Conway agreed to develop money-making pharmaceuticals to help generate income for the company. In turn, I would helm the company to succeed, and it would divert 30% of all revenue towards his research projects. It started out rather well, and for the first 3 years, we made a lot of money, and Conway was making leaps and bounds in his research. Then the financial crisis hit in 2008. Oh, that 2008. And the company began losing money. Anyway, with the company in such dire straits, we had to look into selling share to other corporations to stay alive. Unfortunately, we had no serious bids. And it looked like we were going to file for bankruptcy. Then Conway found an investor out of nowhere, a certain Matteo Spinola. Oh, the mafia. The head of the Spinola family. Exactly. So I took it as a sign to leave, and I sold all my shares to Matteo Spinola and resigned as CEO of Bolt Pharmaceuticals. But it doesn't end there, does it? If only it did. A year after operating under the Spinola control of the company is yet on the verge of bankruptcy, and I get a call from Conway pleading that I return as CEO to bring the company back and in turn keep his research alive, so I went back. Why? You must remember that I created this company and ran it for 5 years. I knew a lot of the people that worked for me in this economic climate. They would be hard-pressed to find work. So I went back, but when I returned, I saw that the corporation had changed. Matteo Spinola had approved a certain type of research program that I vehemently opposed. I don't know what that word is. During my tenure as CEO, and Conway was all too glad to cooperate. Initially, I wanted to blow the whistle, and I teamed up with one of Spinola's hedge fund man. That's supposed to say hedge fund. Oh, hedge fund man? Yeah, that's supposed to say hedge fund. I teamed up with one of Spinola's hedge fund managers to blow the lid off the entire operation. Connor Friedman. Unfortunately, Spinola's men got to him and killed him. Oh, so he is dead. Damn. I realized that Matteo Spinola was too powerful, and we knew too many influential people. Oh, and knew too many influential people, and that no one would believe my claims about him. After all, why would I destroy the very company I birthed? Everyone would be convinced I was a fool and a madman. No one would believe me. I had to get a detective untainted by his tentacles of corruption. And so I made a call to the High Commissioner and had him pass the case down to you guys. Oh. So you were involved with the disappearance of the college kids? No, Spinola and Conway were behind that too. They needed young and healthy test subjects. And the new serum on those college students. They needed young and healthy test subjects to test the new serum on those college students. To test the new oh my god. They needed young and healthy test subjects to test the new serum on. Those college students were lab rats. Conway knew Rebecca Olson and her boyfriend used recreational drugs, so he swapped their supply with samples of his new serum that he made to look like the drugs they were taking. He knew she would share her drugs with her sorority and was observing at the time when the drugs had their adverse effect. He went in, using a copy of her key that he had, and planted evidence to make it look like a murder. Oh, right, they saw at the sorority house, they saw somewhere that made it look like the killer was there the whole time spying on them. There was like a peephole or something, or there was a hole in a closet or something like that. Why wouldn't he target a group of football players instead? Wouldn't they be more similar to soldiers in terms of physical type? The serum works very poorly in conjunction with performance-enhancing drugs. Conway needed cleaner, healthier subjects, and since those girls were doing modeling work, he assumed they generally ate healthily and exercised regularly. Look, you don't seem like the bad guy, but I can't help but suspect your motives in revealing all this. You were trying to feed us information, then explain the men in the hazmat suits that were intending to kill Detective Fitzgerald and Agent Valdez. Spinola's men. Ever since the immoral experimentation program began, Matteo Spinola placed armed guards on all the research laboratories. When I saw Detective Fitzgerald and Agent Valdez leave my company's HQ, I sent a false order to the guards to remove them for the night. Unfortunately, I didn't think they'd take so long to get in there, and I didn't account for the new morning guards. Wait, you saw us leave and come in? Didn't you wonder why no one stopped you? Besides, who do you think conveniently sent those letters to Conway, knowing he was out on a speaking tour? I see. Take this flash drive. Inside are all the documented cases for all the illegal experiments that Conway has been running. There are videos, photos, and whole stinking lot. With all of this, you'll be able to put Spinola and Conway behind bars and shut down Bull Pharmaceutical once and for all. What's in it for you? You're being very generous with all this information. I'm suspicious as to why you're so keen to betray your friend Conway. Yes, Conway and I have been friends. Yes, Conway and I were once friends, but now I see him for the monster he truly is. The fact is, he would stoop to dealing with the likes of Spinola. And it disgusts me. Colonel, a man reaches a point where he can no longer lie to himself, when he knows that he cannot tolerate the injustices he sees in his very eyes. That moment has come to me, and if my brother were alive today, he would agree on this course of action. Dang. That was a lot to take in one conversation. Terribly sorry to interrupt, but you, Mr. Bolt... Terribly sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Bolt, but Inspector Walsingham has arrived. Just in time, let him in. Certainly, sir. Who is this? Is that... Oh, it is the Scotland Yard officer. He took a long time to get here. Looks like I arrived just in time. Phil, what are you doing here? Phil, I thought you were Inspector Mark Walsingham of MI6. I don't 100% know what MI6 is. I think it's like the British version of the CIA or something along those lines. What? Sarah, I will explain everything in due time. But for now, we have to get out of here. What are you talking about? Mr. Bolt, my contact in Munich, has just informed me that he and his men have successfully arrested Professor Lars Conway, and he is giving a talk later at the Ludwig Maximilian University of Munich. Thank God this madness will finally come to an end. Unfortunately, Matteo Spinola has caught wind of our plans and is sending men over to kill you as we speak. We must leave now. Okay then, Ferguson, ready my car. His name is Ferguson, that's amazing. Actually, we can't leave from the front. Spinola's men will be coming through there. There's a rear exit to the lakeside area right behind me. Excellent, let's go. We'll all be sitting ducks in such an open area. I say we dig in and fight from here. That won't be necessary. I've stationed 2 of my people outside. We'll be covered. 2 men? Is that it? Are you nuts? Spinola's gonna send at least 20 men here to kill me. Please don't underestimate my people. They'll have no problems making mincemeat out of Spinola's thugs. Besides, they brought along their big toys. Oh, what are the big toys? I'll go outside and help your men fight them off. Thank you so much, Colonel. Oh, thank you ever so much, Colonel. I know with your special abilities, 20 men hardly constitutes a challenge. For that reason, I would prefer to have you with us. Oh, I would prefer to have you with us in case we encounter an unpleasant surprise. Unpleasant surprise, huh? Sure do love how you British love to understate things. Come on, let's go. Oh, where are we going? Oh my gosh, I love this long lineup of support characters. It's just like Breath of Fire. Alright, so we are following this trail, I'm guessing? Oh, this music is great. Ooh. Oh, we're playing as Phil now. I didn't even realize that. Okay, we're far enough. Just keep your eyes peeled. My squad should be around soon. Okay, Phil or Mark or whatever your real name is. Oh, his name was Mark! I got confused. I was calling him Mark at the beginning of chapter 2 and then someone called him Phil and then I got confused. When he was here the first time and then he left unexpectedly. Okay, alright, Phil or Mark or whatever your real name is. You have some explaining to do. Look, Sarah, I know all this looks really bad, but just so you know, I had no choice. Also, you weren't supposed to be here. There was confusion as my FBI liaison was killed and his goofy associate took things over in his own hands. Agent Valdez, his goofy associate. That's great. What? You were working with Agent West this whole time? Also, don't talk about Valdez that way. Yeah, don't talk about Valdez that way. We like him. Sorry, Sarah. It's just all gone so crazy. Look, all you need to know now is that my real name is Mark Walsingham and that I'm MI6. Badass. British intelligence. Oh yes, they are CIA, basically, but for Great Britain. Yes, we've been following this case for a while, and when all this came up, we had to act quickly. We flew to Silver Creek Falls under the guise of a transferred Scotland Yard inspector to take a look at things before coordinating with the FBI and assembling my team. I'm so sorry for deceiving you, Sarah. I just had to be very careful and I couldn't risk being discovered. I'm happy to see you're okay. Pardon my French, but what in the hell are you Brits doing here? How does this involve you? I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss that. As I suspected. What's gonna happen to Franklin Bold? I'll be taking him into custody. We need him to testify against Spinola and Conway, among other things. Like what? Again, I'm not at liberty to discuss that. Well, guess what? I'm taking him into custody. He's related to the crime in Silver Creek Falls. He's mine. I have more jurisdiction here than you do. I'm sorry, Sarah. This really should have never come to this. Ferguson, what is the meaning of this? Terribly sorry, sir. It's been my pleasure serving you, but my loyalty is first and foremost to my queen. Oh my god, I didn't even know he was British. That's amazing. What the hell is going on? Stand down, Fitzgerald. It's not worth it. Oh, this is getting so crazy. Oh, and that's his partner from MI6. I don't remember her name. We only met her the one time. I see you've started the party without me. Just in time, Sam. Did you two wrap everything up? It was easy. After we finished killing them, we threw their bodies into the resort and set it on fire. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah, good job. Oh, good job indeed. All good here? Any trouble? Not at all. Ferguson, please escort Mr. Bull to the car. Right away, Captain. Oh, I'm worried I made their voices too similar. I'm sorry, Sarah. I do hope to be able to explain everything to you one day. Bye! Well, what do we do now? Damn it. Come on, Lee. Let's get back in the car and pursue them. Let's leave it here, Sarah. What? I can't believe you. I'm gonna head back to the Bury Sky. Oh. Right. I'm gonna head back to Bury Sky. I'd appreciate some help, but if you'd like to go and pursue them, it's fine. I don't understand. Why didn't you do anything? I'm sick and tired of death and killing. Also, we're not in control of that situation. We're outmanned and outgunned. I guess. I'm going now. Have a safe trip back to Virginia, Detective. Lee, wait. I'll help you bury Sky. Oh, that's nice. Sara Fitzgerald's apartment, Norfolk, Virginia. Thanks for driving me home. You okay? Not really. The whole thing left a really bad taste in my mouth. I know I feel the same way. Thank you for helping me bury Sky, and I appreciated the kind words you said for her. Don't worry about it. But you're a rare gem, Sarah. Your conviction to justice and truth makes you truly incredible. Makes you a truly incredible detective and police officer. You're just trying to make me feel better. You know I don't mince my words. Thanks, then. I wish I could have gone deeper and done more. Driving the murky waters of criminal world is not something one does casually. You never come out truly clean, and you really lose a piece of yourself as you enter. The deeper you go in, the more sullied things get, and before you know it, you're just swimming in a pool of dirt, brass, and blood, all in the name of justice. But to uncover the truth, isn't all this sacrifice the price? But is it worth it? Look how many have perished in the pursuit of truth, and at the end, how much did we achieve? At the end, we're not but puppets, in another man's bigger game. Mock. Within his machinations and plans, I doubt we were more than pawns with bigger players like the High Commissioner and Franklin Bolt, playing as their rook and bishop. It's all a bit depressing, isn't it? My apologies, I didn't mean to discourage you. Always fight for truth and justice, no matter what level of the law you're in. All I mean to say is that rising the ranks of law enforcement comes at a high personal cost. I see you've had a lot of experience. Army, police, it's different but similar in so many ways. Here I thought I'd live out a peaceful life in such a small town, but I guess I was wrong. Panama, Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, and now this. I'm so tired of it all. So what's next for you? I think I'll travel around the country. It's about time I see more of this beautiful country that so many of my compatriots died for. For your own safety, I'll keep my exact travel plans to myself. I can get behind that, thanks. How about you? I'll take tomorrow off and head back to work in the next... I'll head back to work and head back... Oh my god. I'll take tomorrow off and head back into work the next day. Keep doing my bit to keep this country safe. Maybe I'll hear from Mark one day. He did promise he'd explain everything to me one day. I wouldn't hold my breath for that. Haha. I'll get going now. Wait, what did Mark mean by special abilities? I'll do you a big favor by not telling you. Goodbye, Detective Fitzgerald. Goodbye, Colonel Davis. Oh, what do we do now? I think Lee is waiting for me to get inside my door. That's it! That's the game!